Uh, apparently someone replied to a comment. This video is on slut shaming. And there's plenty of stuff on slut shaming women. This is not what that's about. This is about slut shaming men. Oh, you can't be slut shamed. You have a penis. Really? I'm not sure how many of y'all women realize how many women are evil to us, or how many of you are evil to us. See, for a man, he doesn't get slut shamed for being a slut. He gets slut shamed for not being physically attractive by both men and women. You're so ugly, dude. You probably have to rape somebody to get laid. Or anytime that there is a situation where a man and woman have an argument, it must be because the man wants to have sex and he was rejected. With all due respect, I have seen enough situations just this week where women felt rejected and went fucking psycho to know that that fucking rhetoric is bullshit. So there are situations like with Miss Jerry and her daughter. Now, mind you, they're both adults. Miss Jerry, she went out of her way to do the things that she knew would hurt me the most. And she thought it was all right. She thought it was okay because that's what men are for. That's what she has learned in her lifetime that men are for. Same thing with Lana. Same thing with Amanda. Now, Miss Jerry is probably one of the biggest actual sluts I know. Is that okay? Well, yeah. If you are a sexual person and you like to have sex, by all means, go have sex. Now, why did I slut shame Miss Jerry? Well, because I knew that that was the most insulting thing I could do to her. The thing that she would get the most butthurt about. And why did I do that? Because that's what she did to me, and that makes it equal. If a woman is going to beat on you, that woman deserves prison time. If you pushed her back after half an hour, she still deserves prison time. She shouldn't get away with it just because she's got a vagina. Now, when a man isn't attractive, well, you go out there and you throw yourself at a good looking dude like a $2 fucking hooker. You're throwing your vagina. You are, as Mike Vernon says, you are firing your vagina out a cannon at him. And that's all right. You're allowed to do that as a woman, right? But if he's not attractive and you guys have an argument, then automatically you start saying that it's all about sex. He just did this because he wants to have sex with you. And we teach all women in the United States to jump to that. Every woman in America knows that she can jump to that if she loses an argument. Every woman in America knows that she can go out, slander a man to the point that people are physically harming him, and there will be no consequences. Every woman in America is taught this. We teach you with TV, we teach you with Facebook, we teach you with the news, we teach you with cartoons. What it all comes down to is that men don't matter. Our lives don't matter. We exist as women's playthings. Sean, don't say that. It's sexist. Well, hold on a second. It is sexist, isn't it? That's exactly why somebody does need to say something. But then again, those of you who have all sorts of help want to pretend that everybody has that help. Meanwhile, why is it that women are so eager to push this shit? Why is it that is their first go-to? Why is it that they have no remorse for this? Because women simply do not have to go through it. Jerry Sparks, the slut, her son Donnie was having sex with her coworker when he was 14. 14 years old. Now, what would happen if a grown man, 24 years of age, was having sex with a 14-year-old girl? Like in the case with Tim Beeson. What do we call that? How long are those people usually locked up for? If it's the other way around. How long is a male who is 24 years of age, how long does he get for having sex with a 14-year-old? Let's look this up. Now, we'll just check in the state of Nebraska, although this situation happened in Montana. Fuck it, we'll check it in Montana. Let's see. Prison sentence for having sex with a minor. If the minor is 16 or older and you are not over the age of 21, you could face felony statutory rape charges that carry up to 3 years in county jail. You could face up to 4 years in state prison and $10,000 in fines if you are older than 21 and the alleged victim is under the age of 16. Did this woman spend 4 years in prison? No. We found out 16 months after she was arrested for her crime that she was already out and had been out for quite a while. Not only that, but this woman worked in daycare. We're not talking about some lady working at the store. We're not talking about your neighbor down the street. We're talking about someone with a position of power, a position of public trust. Now, most of the guys that I know who are slut shamed are virgins. The men that you slut shame are the ones who aren't having sex, and you assume everything is about sex. And then you treat them like they're terrible people because you assumed they just wanted sex. Meanwhile, all you want from that good looking dude is sex. You're being a fucking hypocrite. Now, me, I get called a racist because I point out when I see something that's wrong. If a black person is being victimized for the color of their skin, do I post it up? You goddamn right I do. But if they're playing victim, that's a different fucking story, and I'm going to say something about that too. Somebody needs to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And for most of you, it's not going to be you. You simply don't have the balls. You like how I said that? The balls. I got to hear that a lot out of men and women. You don't have the balls. Well, I've stood up to everybody. I've stood up to men. I've stood up to women. I've stood up to Christians. Stood up to Hebrew folks. I've stood up to neo Nazis. I've stood up to Antifa, believe it or not. And now we got cops being recorded saying shit they say about the homeless all the time, but it's fine to say it about the homeless. You can't say it about black people. It's against the law. People will get offended if you say it about black people, but you can say it about a homeless person and it's fine. People will get offended if you say it about a woman, but you say it about a man and it's fine. And I get to hear all the fucking time about how I owe women because I have a penis and how I owe black people because of the color of my skin. Meanwhile, I keep hearing shit like, oh, nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes you nothing. Shit, bitch. We all owe each other. We all owe each other an apology for serving the rich instead of taking care of our own. Most of us ain't rich. When I say take care of our own, I'm not talking about black people or white people or women or men. I'm talking about the poor. I'm talking about former foster children. I'm talking about the most victimized people in America. Slut shaming. He looks like a child molester. He looks like a rapist. Fuck you. You say that about every dude who is not physically fucking attractive. You say that shit about the dude who actually raped you? No, because you were dating him when he raped you. You asked for a rescue. Instead of going to the police, you went to a nerd, one of those dudes who you're just going to treat later on down the road like all he wanted was sex. And his reason for helping you out of that situation is because he wanted sex. No, hell no. You started dating a good looking asshole because, well, just like most men, you were attracted to fucking looks and money. It's fucked. Meanwhile, we teach American girls to prey on good men. We also teach them to prey on bad men. If you're a homeless woman, you know that all you got to do is put out and you can get a roof over your fucking head. But is it worth it? And do you consider that prostitution? Is it prostitution if you get goods instead of money? If you get paid with a roof over your head instead of money to get your own roof, is it still prostitution? If you're going to shame a whole bunch of dudes who are still fucking virgins, and mind you, I was a virgin until I was 33. By that point, I had already gone through a whole lifetime of people telling me what a terrible person I am because of how I look. To this day, I see minorities even posting up about this guy looks like a chimo or this guy looks like a rapist. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. You remember Jeremy Meeks? What's he famous for? He's that rapist in California. Train! He's that rapist in California that when his picture popped up, there were women all over the place saying they wish that he would rape them. Are you fucking kidding me? Meanwhile, women do more to perpetuate rape society by going back to their rapists, by protecting their rapists. But then you look at the situation that they're in many of those cases, what other choice do they have? Especially in Boulder County. Boulder County tries to turn a blind eye to all rape. Why is that? Because they already have a terrible history at CU. People don't want their daughters going to CU if they know how many rapes are actually fucking happening. So back in the 90s, CU and their regents said that they were going to do something about the rape. They were going to set it up so that these things didn't happen on campus anymore. And since then, we get nothing but stories about police covering up rape of women in Boulder, charging the women with crimes, sending them to the very same institutions and injecting them with the same drugs. And you guys make excuses for this. But it's okay if you're a woman because women have it so terrible because of men. No, it's not because of men. Men don't choose for you to be superficial. Men don't choose for you to date assholes. Men don't choose for you to treat decent dudes like shit. If a guy is unattractive, the only purpose that you have for him is when you need a rescue. All the rest of the time, he is not fit to lick the shit off the bottom of your boot. Equality means equality, folks. That means that that woman up there working childcare with Jerry Sparks, who had sex with Jerry Sparks' much, much, much underage son, did she get what a man would have gotten for that? That depends. She was broke. If she'd have had more money, she probably would have gotten off like that military dude in Larimer County, Colorado. What happened with him? Well, he got out of the military, became a masseuse, and molested a fucking 6-year-old boy. They let him march right out the door like nothing happened. He even admitted to it. They let him walk right out the door. Holy fuck. Oh, he only did it because he was drunk, and I know he loves me, so I'm going back with him. He raped you, and you're going back to him because he's good looking. You have no idea how many hundreds of people have typed to me how good looking Natalie Bollinger was. I don't care how good looking she was. Typing that to me 400 times, 400 different people, some of them over and over and over again. Why don't you look at the situation instead of the looks? We teach women not to do this. We teach women that it is okay for them to be superficial as long as they pretend not to be. Is this a sexist thing? It absolutely is. Is this me being sexist? No, our society is sexist. It's a great system for those at the top. Men and women constantly at each other's fucking throats. You don't even think about how fucked up that is for the kids, do you? Then you get all fucked up on your fucking methamphetamines that you got from Drake Chambers. And now you're having Drake's kid. And the kid's probably not going to come out right because you did a bunch of fucking meth. And then you're going to talk to some virgin like he's a terrible person, like he's a slut, like he's only interested in your vagina. Well, excuse me, If he was only interested in your vagina, then why did you fucking sell him that sob story? You sold him that sob story because you wanted help. You wanted that ugly dude who you wouldn't give the time of fucking day to come rescue you from a situation that you put yourself in. But we, as men, are expected to rescue your dumb ass from your stupid decisions. Now you got kids with some asshole like Chris Kurth. Fuck. Is that my fault? Hell no. I didn't spread my legs for him. I didn't stick my penis in you for him. I didn't have unprotected sex with you. I didn't get fucked up on drugs and alcohol and leave a deposit. Women in our society have more choice in who they date than men. Why is that? Because our society still expects the man to ask the woman out, and the woman gets to decide if she says yes or no. Now, those of you who were listening to the conversation with Christine, where she was talking about getting married to me and me moving back to Colorado, I don't want to get married to anybody. I don't. I don't want to get stuck in a situation like that. I think it's terrible when women are stuck in situations. I think it's fucked up when men are stuck in those situations too. And some women, well, are just plain evil. Some men are just plain evil. But to pretend that it is all men's fault for the 5 dudes that you women seem to recycle in this town, yeah, you like how I put it very specifically in this town. Here's the other thing is that it's not just this town, is it? No, it's not. We teach this America wide. I'm tired of being victimized and told that I can't be a victim because I don't have the right genitalia. That I can't be a victim because I don't have the right skin color. Got your goddamn minds.